2.
Welcome to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I'm still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Loveline's meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-40. Holy Christ!
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
That's never going to get done.
Fault.
4455 is the fax number. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician. He's an addiction medicine specialist. And tonight, Jenica Bergere is here. Yes, the lovely French woman from Inc. on CBS, 9:30 Monday nights.
That's correct.
All right. So you
are correct.
Oh, okay. Let's see. And also, Drew has some business tonight. Well, what's going on, Drew?
You mean why am I all kind of excited about Jenica being here?
Yeah, who do you have? There's a bunch of people here.
Well, Jenica, why don't you tell what you're doing this week?
This Friday, I will be hosting a show at Billboard Live called, it's to benefit MAP, which is Musicians Assistance Program. And the musicians playing are Art Alexakis, Kathleen Hanna, John Doe, Steve Earle, someone else.
Everclear?
Yes, the guy from Everclear.
Art, the guy from Everclear.
Right. Buzzwords. And I brought along Buddy, the spokesperson for MAP. He
Director.
started it up.
Right. This is an amazing organization.
MAP.
This is, yeah.
And he used to date my mom before I was born, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad and him played drums. My dad's a jazz drummer. He sax. They played together.
Really?
A long time ago, so I got like dirt on Buddy.
But this is an organization that creates resources to put music. You talked about this last night. Put musicians into treatment programs.
Right.
Remember?
I'm totally against this.
Yeah.
Why?
As I discussed last night. Because the greatest achievements artistically throughout history were made under the influence, be it heroin, alcohol, LSD, or cocaine. The second these guys dry up, so goes.
That is a bunch of crap. Well, Buddy will be here to defend himself later anyway, so that is a load of crap.
Buddy's going to rip you a new...
Listen, nobody needs that. This is the last place we need to work on sobriety is musicians. Who cares if musicians sober or straight? You know, they just stay home. They stay home and write anyway.
How do you really feel?
That's how I feel.
Last night he gives me a multiple choice question. Which would you rather be in sobriety? Airline pilot?
a bus driver?
Bus driver, commander of the armed forces, or a musician?
Musician. Which would you rather, Drew? Who's at the bottom of the list? Musicians.
Look, come on.
If there's really one segment of society that can be effed up on drugs, it is musicians.
Now, Jenica has been listening to this show for
and comedians and actors, too.
All right.
They can be effed up, too?
Actually,
and record people.
Comedians probably could sit right down at the...
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's really hard to perform as a comedian when you're really jacked up. As a musician, you can pull it off.
Okay, Lenny Bruce, notwithstanding to the contrary. Richard Pryor, notwithstanding to the contrary.
I don't know how jacked up they were when they were on stage.
Oh, please.
All right, a little...
Richard Pryor's whole act is about his drugs.
It's about it, but how high is he when he's out on stage?
Higher than a balloon.
Listen,
Jenica, a little blow to cut the edge.
You were bursting Jenica's bubble. She'd been listening to this show since she was 10.
I'm shocked. I'm appalled. 10. I'm going to go get drunk.
and what did you tell me before we got on the air?
Part of the reason I'm sober is because of listening to Dr. Drew.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you, what was
12 years old. I was in placement in Culver City for drug-induced behavior.
Really?
And getting expelled in schools, and I would listen to Dr. Drew, and I thought he was, smart, and I listened to his opinions. So your opinions matter, man. There's some 12-year-old girl loaded listening, going, yeah, I'm going to play this guitar loaded because Adam said I could.
All right. Well,
thank you.
I take no responsibility for my opinions. They're here solely for the amusement of myself and Dr. Drew. All right. So, Jenica, you're a stand-up comedian who basically turned actress. Is that fair? But still doing the stand-up thing.
Yeah.
And and as you mentioned before the show started, the first white woman on Def Comedy Jam.
That's correct.
So
you are correct,
you've
sir.
broken down the color barrier.
Yes, I'm the new spokesperson.
You are
for,
you're like
Whitey.
the cracker
Token cracker.
Jackie Robinson.
No, actually, I did a short film on Def Jam, but it was the first white girl on Def Jam. My best friend directed it and wrote it, and it was on it.
And you didn't do it in blackface. You did just
I did
like
the
you are.
straight, not the Ted Danson stunt, just the regular me.
And speaking of Ted Danson,
Yes.
doesn't he star in the series that we're talking about?
A little sitcom called Ink.
Yes, and Mary Steenburgen.
Yes.
And they're married.
They're married and in love. And all
What
those
a
things.
transition, mate-wise. You know, usually guys, you can narrow guys down. They pick certain types. There's the blonde, you know, the guys that are into the leggy blondes.
Right.
Actually, that's all of them. The only guys that aren't into the leggy blondes are the guys who can't get the leggy blondes. But there are these guys that you see them, like, I'll take, here's an example. John Derek, famous film producer, director, writer, John Derek. All of his women look the same. There was Bo Derek, and then before there was, what the hell was her name from Dynasty?
Fifi.
No,
Oh, Drew, you are
I know you're talking
so
about.
worthless.
I know
on
who you're
this
talking
show.
about,
You're
though, anyway.
completely a bust.
Drew is getting over his resentment at you for making that comment.
But the point is this: they have types. Ted Danson, he goes from Whoopi Goldberg to Mary Steenburgen. Where's the connection? Both vaginas, hypothetically, and that's as far as it goes. That is as far as it goes.
He went through some pretty heavy personal issues, though, didn't he? along
Yes,
the
he
way?
did.
Yeah, really heavy stuff.
Wait,
This is maybe
Stuff
part of
that's
his.
bigger than you or me.
Yeah, it might have been some of the working through of all that.
what happened to him?
Well, he had a car accident that ruined his entire body and, like, was reconstructed, and he had a
Really?
spiritual awakening, and
He had a child that was sick or something too, didn't he?
he has an adopted child. No, his wife had a heart attack his ex-wife had a heart attack while giving birth to their first child. So he had a lot of life experience going on before he met Mary, and they're completely compatible.
Really?
Absolutely in love.
I don't have a wife, but if I did, I would kill her if I had to work with her. Drew, if you had to work with that wife of yours, so help me, I would kill her. Drew's wife shows up.
By the way, she's listening right now.
All right,
Okay.
Drew, let me continue. Drew's wife shows up on the set once a year. I want to kill her. I couldn't imagine
But
being
it's one of
there.
those love-hate relationships.
Does she get
It
on the
is,
mics?
absolutely.
Right.
No, she's very helpful.
She loves me. I hate her. It's a love-hate thing.
Does she sit out there, or does she come in here?
We've had her in here before.
Oh, yeah.
And what don't you like?
She
But
knows.
she's assertive. That's what he has
That
in
she
mind.
has a mind?
Right.
I want her to be like a little Asian bride.
Right.
I want her feet bound.
Right.
Yes, Carolla.
Yeah, like Mr. Eddie's father. That's what I want to be called. Yes, Mr. Eddie's father. I want her to be like Mrs. Livingston.
I have a great wife.
All right, she's wonderful.
That's true.
Right, fake your death. Jenica, how much stand-up are you still out there doing it?
Hardly ever. When I'm done with work in 3 weeks, then I'll go out again. But when I work, I can't do both at the same time. It's too much rejection.
I want to backtrack and just do one thing with Drew's wife. I'll tell you.
Get it out.
No, I do want to. I do want to apologize a little bit because twice a year I call her up and tell her I need airplane tickets for something because she's a travel agent. She comes right through. I always expect her to go, who's a pain in the ass now? Why don't you walk the Flagstaff? But she doesn't. She comes right through. She never holds my grudge against me.
Good.
Okay.
You hearing that?
She
Yes.
doesn't dislike you.
No, and I don't dislike her either.
She thinks you're a pain in the ass, too, by the way.
That's fine.
Now,
That's
your
fine
side.
with us.
Ding,
All right.
ding.
All right. So, stand-up. You started stand-up when you were real young, which meant you had to be screwed up.
Pretty much. Yeah, I started when I was 18. I got into the Comedy Store as a regular, which
At
is
18.
Well, I started a little bit before that, but I got into the
Right.
Comedy Store when I was 18.
And let me tell you something. I used to do a little bit of stand-up, and it's not like gymnastics or some, bad Olympic event that involves tumbling. Being young hurts you when you're a comic. It's really hard to be funny at 17 or 18. I mean, that's why I don't know what the average age of the stand-up comedian is, but I'm guessing
About 30.
you hit your prime in your mid-30s, and sometimes even early 40s is when people really start coming into their own. I mean, what was Dennis Miller doing at 18?
Probably, looking for blondes.
Right. Now he's found them. All right, and you enjoy doing the stand-up?
It's a love-hate relationship.
Right, good. That means
can't
you're healthy.
stop.
The hate part is the healthy part. The
Yeah.
love part is the little girl crying out for attention inside of you.
Help me.
Believe me. But you're sober.
Yeah.
You've got a little therapy.
I had a lot of therapy during doing stand-up. Literally went to the office the next day because I couldn't hang.
Really?
I couldn't write. And my therapist happened to be best friends with Joey Bishop.
Oh.
So she had a lot of insight for me.
Right.
The path of comedy. But it's comedy itself is kind of therapeutic. If you don't do it, then you feel like a failure. And if you do it and you fail, then you feel like a failure. Which my experience is, a lot of bombing.
And
if you succeed, you don't accept it and wish for the failure again.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to be doing some stand-up at this gala event Friday night?
Just a little bit, just to keep the crowd. I don't know how many people will pay attention to me.
Can people get tickets to this?
Yes, they can.
How do they do that?
Through Ticketmaster? Ticketmaster, buddy said.
What's the official name?
If anyone ever shows up at this show with a phone number or a date, I swear to God my head will explode. They come in to plug stuff, and no one even knows where it is.
It's somewhere in Siberia. It's on Friday, and it's at Billboard Live at 7, and I think you can buy tickets through Ticketmaster. They're $25. There's a lot of good musicians.
$25.
$100 for VIP.
Really?
You can be staring up at the front.
True, we're not paying for that, are we?
We are not.
Oh, we're not? Oh, okay.
You are.
No, you'll be in the back slipping acid to the musicians because you're advocating.
Come on. Cling to your master. All right, let's take some calls. And is there anything I forgot about?
What was that blonde woman name on Dynasty? That's going to drive me crazy all night.
Oh, it's going to drive me. Linda Evans. Thank you. Linda Evans.
She did Crystal Light commercials.
Linda Evans at 25 looked exactly like Bo Derek did at 25, and there was someone else before her. All right. Yeah.
That I will not come up with.
Ann, 23.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Hey, Adam, I also got to say you're incredible.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, physically, mentally, spiritually?
Both. I watch you every night.
All right, so I'm like your ultimate man?
You betcha.
Okay.
You betcha. Anyway, here's my problem.
She likes to do a lot of acid.
No, I've never done that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Here's my problem. I'm 23. I had a baby about 2 years ago, and ever since I haven't wanted to have sex with my husband at all.
This was the first baby?
Yes.
Any complications with that?
No, tore really bad, but other than that, it was okay.
How long did you breastfeed for?
About 6 months.
It what really bad?
Tore.
Oh.
Tore.
Tearing, if they don't cut, it tears.
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really bad.
You got a third
I'm
degree.
excited for
Is that
my
the
woman.
episiotomy, the cut?
Yes, but what she means really bad, that means it went through her rectum, right?
Yes, and it didn't, they didn't try to cut me at all. They just let it go.
Yeah.
Mommy?
Why didn't they?
Well, actually, he was coming down. He was coming out. I guess you're supposed to be sunny side down when the baby comes out. He was coming out the other way, and he crowned and then turned.
Ugh.
And it wasn't a pretty sight, but, that's okay now. It took about a month to heal, but there's more problems along with that, and that's that he was born with cancer.
Oh, my God.
Oy.
What kind of cancer?
It's called infantile fibrosarcoma. He's like only the 6th baby in the country, so if anybody I know is listening, they know who I am.
Wow.
But,
is this a survivable? Sarcoma is not a good thing.
No, it's not. He went through chemo from the very beginning and had surgery, and he almost died in January, but, he's doing great now. Doing fabulous.
Kids have better spirits than us. They're stronger than us.
I didn't. Don't worry, I didn't.
Well, and just having to deal with that is enough to suck out anyone's sex drive.
I'm not going to have sex for a year now.
Yeah, I mean, children really, particularly for women, take a tremendous amount out of you. I mean, they become the totality of the investment of your being sometimes.
Yeah, well, part of it, I've been seeing a psychologist because my husband, really treated me really badly during this time period, and I know that he was trying to deal with something, and it was different from me, but it's like I can't forgive him for this.
All right. So you have a good deal of insight into what's going on here. Why is the problem? It's from a biological standpoint. It is very common for women to have a drop off in their sex drive after they give birth. It can easily last a year. Sometimes it can be relatively permanent.
Yes.
One of the things you can do a simple thing that sometimes helps restore libido is to go on the oral contraceptive pills.
I've been on it ever since the baby was born. Two different ones.
Which two?
First was, let me see.
Baby no.
Dexedrine was the first one, and triphasal was the second.
Okay.
Triphasal makes you nauseous, am I right?
Not
I actually had the same reaction with the first one.
Do they make you nauseous?
Well, the reason the triphasics are good is those are the ones that are likely to increase your sex drive.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there you go. You've tried it and didn't work.
Humping trees.
You're getting therapy. I mean, you're doing everything you can. Don't expect too much from yourself, and expect more from your husband.
Yeah, less
from yourself.
Part of my problem is that my psychologist tells me that I guess during troubled times every marriage can have this happen, and that the only marriages that survive this type of a thing are the ones that try and stick it out. It's like, I mean, I love my husband, but I don't have any passion for him anymore.
Do you resent him for not coming through, in your time of need?
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh.
Could you ever give that up?
I don't know.
You got to do any couples work?
My husband seems to feel the problem's with me. So.
Until he can begin to work on his responsibility and all this, things are in jeopardy, I agree.
Yeah.
But I would say hang in. Still. I still think...
I don't know. This, the kid's got cancer. She's torn open like a duffel bag, and the husband's out bowling and swilling beer. And now she's going through all this pain, and he's not even wanting to get involved, saying it's her fault.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this guy.
No, I agree.
Has he been present for your kids' surgeries?
No, we got rid of her.
Oh.
No, we didn't.
Adam
did.
I'll answer
Air.
for the husband.
It's Jenica.
I'll answer. No, I was out chasing hookers. I don't like this guy. And what's the deal with the cancer here, Drew? What kind of cancer is that?
Soft tissue cancer, the worst kind. Soft tissue cancers are really, connective tissue cancers are really bad.
Drew, every time you hear about a cancer, though, it's always the worst one.
Guess what?
What?
There aren't a lot of good. I mean,
there's no happy cancer.
Well, lymphomas, and there's a lot of cancers that are treatable. Head and neck cancers are treatable.
Because I figure I'm going to get cancer
but
eventually.
Solid tumors,
I'm going to concentrate on a good one.
Pancreas, lung, colon. Bad
All right,
news.
so the child. I'm sorry, but the child's mortality.
Sarcomas. Bad news.
Not going to make it.
Bad news.
Okay. Very sad.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Just for anybody who's listening out there, because now I think I'm Dr. Drew. My father has liver cancer, and there's two options.
Liver cancer is treatable. Well, it depends. Primary liver cancer?
Inside, 4 tumors.
From the colon? Or primary liver?
One tumor is blocking the vein.
No, but does he have chronic hepatitis or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Cirrhosis.
Yeah, those are tough. Is that from hepatitis C?
Yeah, well, it could be from old heroin use.
Right.
They don't really know what happened.
So probably hepatitis C, and that's the story that people have to be very, very aware of.
Did he get the hepatitis from heroin use?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Goes right to your liver.
So
you better tell those musicians out there.
Right.
Keep cranking.
All right. Let's see. Smoke your heroin. There we go.
But sometimes liver cancer can, if it's a single tumor, which they sometimes are when it's related to chronic hepatitis like this, can be removed surgically.
He had that.
Ah.
He's had 4 surgeries later. But I was going to say, City of Hope is amazing, and Wellness Community has a lot of support groups. If she doesn't know what to do,
we don't know what she could be calling from anywhere in the country.
There's no wellness community anywhere else?
Yes,
Georgia is completely in. It sounds like
do you want to
she's
ask
from
her where
Georgia.
she's at? Oh, I'm sure she has tremendous...
Didn't we hang up on her?
Yeah,
No,
we didn't.
put her
Adam
on hold.
did. Adam did.
Oh, please.
Adam just
She's
had
hearing
enough.
us. She's hearing us.
All right, hold on. Ann?
Hi.
Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
All right.
North Carolina. Do you have any of those?
Duke. Was that South Carolina?
Actually, he's been cancer-free for almost a year now.
Okay, great.
So he's doing well.
Okay.
What's your favorite color? Just kidding.
Great. Good. Believe me, you'll find a Playboy and a bong in his room when he's 14 wish he had the cancer again.
Oh, no.
I know how parents work. Luke, 18.
Hello, gentlemen. Good evening.
Hey.
Before I start, I'd like to give forth a couple of compliments. Adam, I'd like to say you're one of the funniest men on earth.
I really think I am. I have to agree with you on
Please,
that. Who's funnier? Who's funnier? Seriously.
Don't.
I challenge all you pussy comedians to a talk-off.
Don't boost him up anymore,
all right,
please. Please.
Okay. Well, I was also going to say, Drew, that I think you're a wonderful role model for the youth of America, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of all the callers that you help every night.
No, thank you. Luke can call every night from now on. What's up, Luke? What's going on?
Okay. Well, my twin sister has just developed a sort of a drinking problem, and I'm really not exactly sure how to help her because I just got accepted to Harvard, and I want to go there, and I really don't know what's going to happen to her if I leave.
Were your parents?
My mother died in childbirth, and my father is a workaholic, and I really don't know how he'd react to this.
Is she open to treatment?
She hasn't been diagnosed or anything. She's just been drinking very, very heavily.
Well, how much, or how do you know?
I don't know.
Is she waking up naked, or is she waking up and going to work?
No, she's just waking. I've noticed the beer bottles in the trash or the liquor cabinets.
Why don't you take her to look? First of all, do not put your own life on hold for somebody else with this disorder. Okay, do the best you can. Make yourself available. Create consequences for their behaviors. Create forces that push them towards treatment. Okay, but do not be dragged down with this person. I would suggest you take her to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, somebody who can assess her. You are in no position to assess her.
Be attracted to me. It has nothing to do with that. Is it?
No.
Am I attracted because
right
I'm a good homemaker?
The right guy will be.
Right, and it's depressing to me. Being a woman, I would love to change it. When I began stand-up, the goal was to sell out an amphitheater just once. A woman selling out an amphitheater with men and women alike, getting the material, making a difference like Richard Pryor did, or being innovative.
Right.
And there are a lot of innovative female comics, but because of the pressure and the circumstances and the opportunities that are lacking for women, they give up. I'm not giving up, but I'm 22, and I got a couple of years to figure out if I'm frustrated enough.
All right, but don't lose that chip, because that's part of your appeal. All right.
By the way, she's right.
All right.
You hear that? That was the voice of God.
Oh, he has to say that. Come on, you're doing the whole benefit.
No,
all right.
He's saying that because he believes it.
It's like a chick saxophone player. She plays good. You say she plays good for a chick.
I think you're frightened by that. I'm joking.
That may be.
That's shocking.
It could be.
No, I really don't care. And then we're going to talk to Buddy about the map thing. But as far as comedy goes, I don't care what color you are, what nationality you are, and what your gender is. I would like to hear you talk about things that didn't involve your gender, your color, or your nationality. I don't want to hear Yakov Smirnoff talk about Russia for a half-hour-long set.
But that's what the people sitting down buying the drinks, 2-drink minimum, want.
I'm just talking about myself, baby.
Yeah, but you're smart and you're elite. You're a different set. You grew up in this town. You know what to look for. You know what's smart. But middle America will not.
Yeah, that's not a word I've ever used in reference to Adam Carolla. But
no one from North Hollywood's elite, but Buddy.
But no one from middle America will accept. Okay, the funniest woman right now is Ellen DeGeneres. And they did a survey. If she came out and said she was gay, would they watch the sitcom? Everybody avidly, 99% of her viewers said we will not watch her show.
99% of the Ellen viewers
did you see that? It was in Time Magazine like 4 or 5 months ago. Yes.
Oh, that's ridiculous. It's not 99. It's not 99% of her viewers saying they're not going to watch. 99% of her viewers are lesbian anyway. And please. I've never heard such a ridiculous.
I didn't make it up.
Yes, you did.
No, did I make it up?
All right, please. Go read the time thing. Let me talk to Buddy, for Christ's sake. Buddy's he's an elderly guy, but he still looks like he could kick my ass. And I've been harping on this damn map thing all night, and I'm going to give him a chance to do his thing. All right. So, Buddy, say your piece. What's going on?
My piece is MAP.
Right.
Musicians Assistance Program, an acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, what it does, if you're a strung-out musician,
right,
and you want to clean up, MAP makes it possible for you to do so.
How do they contact you?
And you pick up a telephone. You can call 213-993-3197, or if you're really bright, you can call 1-888-MAP-1, which I hate.
Right.
You never figured it out.
Because the phone always hangs up while I'm looking for the
Right,
P.
yeah, who can see him?
Right.
So it's 1-888-627-6271.
And Friday is a benefit to raise money.
Yeah, because it costs money to put these people in treatment, because most musicians are over-medicated and underinsured.
Right.
In fact, as most people in the world are.
Right.
And what we do is we see a person, decide where they should go, and work it out and get them in.
He has first-hand experience with it.
Oh, you were
being a musician and
my qualifications?
Sure.
Okay, I grew up playing in name bands and jazz groups.
Right.
I was a junkie for 31 years. I used to say I invented heroin. That's not quite true. I also.
But you're the grandfather of all junkies.
I probably am. Except what's that guy's name? Lives out in Mid-America. He's older than I am, but I forget what his name is anyway.
Well, if you didn't do so much heroin, it'd probably come back to you.
I know. Incidentally, you're talking about the B and C, hepatitis.
Right.
I have it all. As I said, it never bothers me. And besides the fact I've had, endocarditis, bacterial endocarditis 4 times.
And there's a important part of this disease called denial that sometimes can affect your judgment about
no bumper
these sorts of
stickers,
things.
Drew.
That is a symptom you may be suffering for. Also, Buddy's 22. I don't know if you know that.
Drugs and alcohol did this to me.
All right, we got to go to break. We're going to come back. Drew's has the Ellen article here. He's going to find this 99% viewership quote that Jenica
you're just
spouted
holding
out.
your unit right now. You feel pushed against the wall. You hear your mother's voice. You just don't want to believe the woman.
I want to find this 99% viewership
You just want to
thing.
prove me wrong, man.
Settle in.
You get on stage and I get on stage, and one night say I'm the funniest woman in the world.
Right.
You're gonna sell out. You're gonna sell more tickets. People will be more interested in what you have to say than what I have to say.
But you can go to any bar in any town and get laid on any night you want, and I can't.
And that makes me
And you can wear pants.
fortunate.
You can wear pants and skirts, and I can only wear pants. And you live an extra 5 years or so, and your auto insurance is cheaper. And in the event of a war, you don't have to see combat. So I think that far outweighs the whole selling out the amphitheater theory. We're going to break. We'll be back. All right, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew, is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Buddy Arnold is here from MAP. That's a musicians assistance program. And anytime I see that A, I'm always go against. Whenever it's
mad.
Yeah, that A always stands for against when it's in the middle of an acronym, and that's why I always want to say. But it's a musicians assistance program, and they are having a big benefit at Billboard Live this Friday, 7 o'clock. And Jenica, the bitter comedian, will be warming up the crowd with her own brand of bitter feminist rhetoric.
Oh,
so, also,
woman, hear me roar.
she's in Inc., CBS, 9:30
I'm so sad about
Monday.
this, Adam. I thought we were going to bond. And
we're getting along
be
fine.
enlightened.
No,
he likes this.
I like this.
This is good for him.
I'm sorry you're
It's good
miserable,
radio.
but it's good radio. And I had to remind Jenica, who's sitting there during the commercial, fist clenched, waving in the air, yelling about all the lack of opportunity for him. It's like, honey, you're 22. You have a CBS series. All right. When I was 22, I was digging ditches. So don't give me that.
Well,
no
I'm not going to
opportunity for
apologize.
women.
I can still be the advocate for women
you're
who
doing
aren't
fine.
that are quitting
You're
comedy
22.
right now.
You're the first white chick on Def Comedy Jam. You're hanging out.
Right.
You're smoking reefer with Ted Danson. You got a life, baby. You're 22. Please. All right.
22, you were still doing the carpet cleaning thing, weren't you? Or
No,
that came-
I graduated from carpet cleaning to ditch digging and hauling drywall, which is a bit of a sideline. Oh, that's great. A huge pallet, 80 sheets high. Stack that upstairs, downstairs, and put some on the third floor, too. There's the job. All right, so I'm not crying. All right, listen, we got to get back to the phones, and we'll get into all the stuff as we go. Wendy, 29.
Yes, hi, Adam, Dr. Drew. I want to thank you first for Loveline. Unfortunately, our society needs it.
Thank you.
And I had a question before my comment for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Is the medication Ultram addictive?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Anything that binds at the opiate site, the endorphin receptor site, is potential for addiction.
Okay, well, my doctor didn't tell me that.
Look, Ultram is sold as a non-addictive compound, but if you are an addict it can absolutely trigger your disease. I treated a physician once who was an opiate addict, and he was well into his recovery, doing very well, and somebody put him on Ultram not for pain even, it was for restless leg syndrome, which is ridiculous, not even for that.
That's what, Drew?
Ridiculous, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
And he, 4 months, it's very weak opiate, so you can go along with it for quite a while before things get out of control, but all of a sudden, 4 months into it, he found himself using his drug of choice, and he couldn't understand why. I mean, his recovery was going well because the biology had been triggered by the Ultram, and absolutely categorically can do this. I've seen it over and over again.
Okay,
You're talking about yourself, aren't you, Drew?
No.
Yes, I was on Ultram.
Engineer Mike, in your infinite wisdom, you've turned my headphones off because buddies weren't working.
Okay, now for my comment, I just found out last night that somebody I knew died of a heroin overdose, and he left 2 children behind him.
How old?
Yeah.
How old are the kids?
14 and I believe 12.
Wow.
Yeah, and they've had a hard life. I found out from my friend who is his ex-wife, and it really made me mad because these kids had a hard life to begin with, and now they don't know the truth. But when they do, it's going to be devastating enough that they lost him, that he has left them behind.
Yeah, I would say yes, but if he wasn't going to get any treatment, I don't know. I mean, is it worse to have no dad or a junkie raise you for 20 years?
Who's going to take care of them?
Their mom.
Oh, their
mom. The problem was it was a new addiction.
Alateen.
I don't know all the details. My friend just called me last night, and I was just...
No, they were giving you some advice here. Get the kids to Alateen.
Yeah, they are, they have a great support system with their mom. They were,
Hold on, Wendy.
Yes.
Here's what I want you to do. Remove the phone. You have it on your right ear?
No, my left.
Your left ear. Take your left palm and smack it against your left ear for just a couple of times.
A couple of times?
All right, go ahead. We'll talk about it.
So you'll pop your eardrum, bust your eardrum.
Okay.
All right, now, let's continue. Go ahead with the Alateen
Take the kids to Alateen.
Okay, that's what I told their mom.
Good.
I told their mom that they needed to have, some counseling, and they're out of state.
Okay.
So it's not like I can go over there and say, hey, do something.
No, you can't. You can't.
And I was on the phone with their mom for over 2 hours, and I wrote a letter today also outlining, what they should do.
Good.
And she has a level head on her shoulder. She had just gotten custody of the kids back after like 10 years. And they were having trouble adjusting, so their father moved back to where they were at and resumed custody. And he went back to where he was from, where he had moved from, to help other family members move up there.
All right. Wendy, what's going on with you? You got kids?
I have a daughter, age 5.
How's she doing?
Oh, she's great.
How long you been divorced?
I was never married.
What happened there?
Let's just say the baby's father decided that he liked his girlfriend over his responsibility. He pays child support.
Oh, he does?
He does not visit.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he not want to visit?
I don't really know. He just showed up for Easter and didn't ask. He gave Easter basket, looked at my brother, and just says a word that I don't know can be used on the radio, and said Happy Easter and left.
Oh, all right.
Was it
Good
poo?
riddance.
Huh?
Good riddance.
All right, listen, Wendy. This is a troubling situation, obviously. Wendy sounds a little overly involved with this situation. Not that there's anything wrong with getting involved and extending a hand to those who need one, but Wendy, you need to look after yourself, look after your kid, and whatever energy you have left after that, put it into the letter writing campaign.
Yes.
I was getting a little vibe off of her. I don't know if anyone else was. Yeah. All right. That's how you're going to be, Jenica, in about 7 years.
Adam! Stop it.
Inc., CBS, 9:30 Monday. I always make it up with the plug. Dave, 21.
Yeah, here.
Hey.
Adam, Doc, how you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Okay, I guess the question I have is concerning a relationship with my new girlfriend. The first time we had intercourse was about 2 months ago, and a day or two after, she experienced some very severe piercing pains down her lower back. And, kind of maybe, blamed it on first-time jitters.
Was it both sides equally in the back?
It's like right in the middle.
Did it go down one of her legs at all?
She didn't say so, although she said she felt immobile.
Was she bleeding?
I guess, where she just was
Did she bleed?
No.
Is a TV remote missing? That happened to me once. I was masturbating and it got wedged in my ass, but it was missing.
All right. Has she seen a gynecologist since this has happened?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Good question.
Yeah, that would be the appropriate thing to do, is to get a pelvic exam to see what's going on.
Well, I guess,
it could be a back problem. Could be
you're trying the joy of sex position.
Yeah, it could be so many different things. It could be endometriosis. Could be sometimes a retroverted uterus can cause pains like this. Uterus sort of tilted, flip, they call it.
I guess this isn't the first time. She's yelling at me down the hall. Is that her? She said, yeah.
She's a joy. I can hear that. Curlers, cold cream on, wielding like a custom rolling pin.
Cigarettes coming out of her navel and ears.
Oh, well, she's convinced that she's never experienced back problems, and it's never happened before. And my side is that it has happened before with previous girlfriends.
Why didn't she call in, by the way, Dave?
Wait,
she's too embarrassed.
Did he just say it happened with other girlfriends?
Yeah.
For Dave.
Oh, with Dave.
Did you sit and wait for the phone call to tell us how endowed you are? Is
that what's going on, Dave?
That's what he's getting at.
Your big guy?
Is that a concern? Does it happen?
Say other girlfriends have that?
I've heard of spinal taps.
They should lock you up.
How big are you, Dave? Are you big?
I'd say somewhere between above average, but not quite John Holmes. I don't know.
And are you a heavy man?
No.
No.
Not at all.
All right. Your girlfriend outweighs you?
No.
Yeah, she's standing right there holding the rolling pin. There's no way you're going to get a straight answer on that. All right, so what's the diagnosis?
Pelvic exam.
Pelvic exam. And let me, I was watching, I don't know if anyone else saw this commercial.
Could be bladder pain, could be kidneys, it could be a million different things. You got to get evaluated.
Go get checked out. I was watching TV tonight. I think I was watching Melrose Place before I came in. Which during the best part is the beginning credits where they show just close up on everyone's ass. That's all it is. People going up and down Melrose, skateboards, bikes, rollerblades, focused on everyone's crack. But and at the end it says guest starring Heather Locklear.
Guest starring.
Yeah, at the end.
Did it say also starring? Did it say also starring?
No. I think it said like special guest star, Heather Locklear. And I thought to myself, how many decades have to go by before you lose the special guest star? Wait, I'm going to go on a limb here and predict that next week's special guest star, Heather Locklear. I'm way out on a limb, but I think it may be Heather. Listen, if you're a series regular, you're not a special guest star. I got news for you. If you're there every damn week, you're not a special guest star. Just put her up front. Okay? Because I know what's going on. It's one of these publicist things. Oh, these vermin. Do you have a publicist?
She's sitting in the other room.
Yeah, she's sitting in the other room. Say nice things.
Who are you working with? Who's your hope?
Who's my publicist?
It's not that Bergman and Caffarnelli group, is it? No.
The which one?
Bergman, and Caffarnelli. Oh, Christ, those idiots. Oh, please. My God.
Adam, Anne's in there holding her head.
Oh, yes? My God.
Stop this guy.
All right, but Drew, you sat in there during the media training with those people, didn't you? They handled us for like 10 minutes, and it was a complete disaster. They were just. I'm not saying they're idiots, but when you're wrong about everything, you got to come up with a suitable title. And idiot seems to work for me. Drew, come on, please. You know I'm right about that.
But there was nothing different about that media training than any other one I've been through.
All right. So
Jonas rocks.
So they're all idiots.
Yes, Jonas does rock.
They really do.
Wonderful guests, and Andy is her publicist, and she's wonderful.
There was another one, Rose or something. What's that one? Somebody's like a woman's name. Two names.
All right, Drew, you're going to dedicate the last 45 minutes of the show trying to figure out a name that no one's heard of.
But that was the other publicist that we really appreciate the stuff that was written to us about. Remember that one? We thought that was well written.
No. Well, once in a while it happens. Usually you read the bios. Drew, what was that one? I can't even remember, and I'm not just being nice, but I can't remember the woman's name. But the publicist bio says when
stunningly
when so-and-so walks in a room, men weep and women run for the hairdresser. Her stunning beauty is second only to her amazing wit, charm, and personality.
And the air between her ears.
She said she went to Harvard and she went to the
Did it?
No, she went to took a class, a night's class there, an extension.
I took a macrame UCLA extension class. That means I went to UCLA.
I learned how to paint nails at Harvard.
I wanted to say something. I was watching this 90210. I don't know, what was it? Melrose Place. Melrose Place. And that one of the commercials for the thing was something called like Instead. I think whenever it's a weird name that you can't figure it out, it has to do with the woman and the vagina. Always. Whenever it's like I swear, always, instead. If you just said, "Hey, what the hell's that product?" I don't, because most products just call themselves what they are. Hey, it's peanut butter. But when you're dealing with the woman's parts, all of a sudden it's some sort of thing that only women understand. Instead, huh? What's? I know what it is. So this thing's called Instead. It is instead of using a tampon, there is what looks to be. Have you seen this?
Yeah, it's like a diaphragm.